um, back in the 90s, there was a group called Ace of Base. Was it the 90s? 2000. Anyway, uh, they were huge. At one point, they were like massive, right? And
Yeah.
it turns out that I hope I'm getting this story right. One of the guys at Ace of Base was like an Aryan or something like that. I mean, it was like messed up, right?
Wow.
And it came out, and they were like, done. And I get it, right?
Yeah.
Done. Like, we're done with them because, they fell off, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And yeah, I get it. I get it. But the record executive's wife, it was Jewish, right? She said to her husband, we could still help him.
Yeah.
We do something to help get him back on the right path, right? Yeah, what he did's wrong, and yeah, you got to pay for your own consequences, and yeah, you just don't. When you do that kind of stuff, you ain't gonna get off scot free. You got to
Right.
do it, but can you still help him, kind of thing. So I think like January 6th messed up,
Mm-hmm.
right? Those people are like, man, you hear all these stories, stuff that happened. It's like it breaks. I was like in tears, like the one cop, Capitol cop they were talking about today, how they call him like the N word. Here he
Mm-hmm.
is protecting the Capitol. Like they're chasing him down and yelling this at him. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
God. I was like, man, I broke down. I was like, that had to be terrible. Those people are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, the Bible even says you still got to try to love them.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. It's hard. And you
Yeah.
don't want to. You don't want to. But, man, you still got, if you could reach out a hand and say, like, man, let me, because you know what, Anthony? And this is the truth, man. Those people
Ready
who
for
are
it.
like that, they're hurt.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You're 100%
They're
right.
hurt. That hate is covering some major, major pain. And the bigger the hate, the deeper and more severe the pain,
Oh yeah.
right? So when I see someone and when people come at me, and they've come at me, it took me a while to get to this point, and they throw those racial epithets at me or those derogatory remarks at me, man, it's like I could see the more angry they get, I could see the pain in their eyes, man.
Yeah.
I see it. I see it. And it's like, I'm hurt. It's like, man, and I get mad and I got to think it through. Okay, how do I respond to this? That's going to move the conversation forward. You know, sometimes I come up with the answer right away and sometimes I don't. But the bottom line is I always more quicker rather than later these days, I see the pain.
Oh yeah.
And when I see that pain, I feel for them and my heart goes out to them. And it's easier to forgive. Because I'll tell you something, I've needed forgiveness in my life.
Yeah.
And once you need forgiveness in your life, it's so much easier to forgive others. And you try to help them. Like,
Yeah.
how can I help get you back on the right path, man? Because you're what you think you're in a spot where you want to be, but dude, you're really not where you want to be because you are hurt, you're in pain, and
Yeah.
nobody needs to live with pain.
Yeah.
So for the cancel culture, that's where I'm at right now. And that's where I'm really trying to get a better grasp on that and try to figure out a way to implement that more in my life on an everyday basis because it's all around us, right?
Yeah.
And people make mistakes.
Yeah. No,
Make
absolutely.